Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Good Hope Raiders head football coach Alan Scott, powered by Campus Traditions. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome back, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
All right, glad to be here. So last Friday, you played and beat West Point handily, 42-7. Tell us about that night.
Well, it was a big Coleman County rivalry type game.
Yes, sir.
So the crowd was excited, and everybody's here, to kind of see what the Good Hope football team is going to look like this fall. So it started out really good for us. We were able to get a 14-0 lead there in the first half. West Point came back just like we knew they would and struck on us on a big play and made it 14-7. They drove down the field again right at the end of the first half and got down on about the 2-yard line, and we were able to hold them out, which I thought was kind of a critical point in the ball game. So
for sure. Went
in 14-7 in the second half. We got the ball first to open the half, drove down and scored, and then I think probably held them a couple times, scored again, and at that point, it's 28 or 35-7, and they threw the ball up late, and we picked sixed them to make it 42-7. But overall, I thought our kids gave really good effort, and so I was very pleased with the outcome.
Nice. So obviously, you had some good play both on offense and defense. Tell us about some of the players that kind of rose to the top.
I always like to start with the quarterback because he's the field general. So Parker Johnson had a great night. Threw the ball well, had a couple of touchdowns, and then also ran the ball for us pretty well. We run the option type, offense here at Good Hope. So I thought he did a good job of commanding the game and leading us like we were supposed to. Mason Drake offensively, I think he had 196 yards on about 15 carries and 2 touchdowns. So he had a big night. Carter Rutherford, wide receiver, he had a big night for us with a couple of good catches and a touchdown. And Aiden Young, I believe he had a touchdown for us offensively. Offensive line, I'll have to, give them some praise. I thought they did their job up front and made our lives easy for the backs behind them.
Sure.
Defensively, I think our leading tackler was probably Cody Stevens with about 12 tackles, and Kane Anderson had about 12. Those were two standouts at linebacker.
Prolific, yeah.
Tyler Bird at safety had about 7, which is good. He's trying to kind of clean things up. And we had 3 interceptions on defense, which was nice. Caleb Bowles had 1. Blake Cordes took 1 to the house. And then Sean Jones, a 9th grader, had 1 there toward the end of the game. So
that's fantastic.
Overall, I felt like we had some individual performances that were pretty solid.
Okay, good deal. So tell us what you learned about your team Friday night.
I think the thing that I learned about them was when we faced a little adversity there, we were up 14-0, and they hit us on that big play. You never know if the kids are going to kind of hang their head or if they're going to continue to say, well, it was one play, let's just get back at it. And
yes, sir.
So they did the latter, which I was very proud of. And then making that goal line stand before the half, like I said, was huge. And to kind of bow up right there at the goal line, I felt like now maybe they've got some confidence there. One player I forgot to mention, speaking of confidence, our kicker is just a 10th grader. He went 6 for 6 on extra points. So Chase Pruitt had a really good night for us.
That's fantastic. You got to love that.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about injuries. Did the injury bug hit you at any way?
No, sir. We were very blessed in that aspect. Nice. So we came out, clean and just looking forward to keeping the healthiness going, as we move into region play. Okay.
So speaking of region play, that's coming up this Friday. Your first region game is against Fultondale.
Yes, sir.
Now they have a new team.
Yes, sir.
And a new head coach. So how do you prepare for someone? I know you got one game film to go by, but a virtual unknown, basically. How do you prepare for that?
Well, you just take what they've given you.
Right.
And so we were able to see them against Centerpoint this past week. And I think the first thing that stands out to you is the team speed that they have, their ability to make big plays. You watch them return kickoffs. I mean, they're this close to breaking them every time they touch the ball.
Right.
They've got great athletes at quarterback, receiver. Offensive line is huge. Defensive line gets after it. So, I mean, just across the board, you just try to kind of look at what they've got. You look at it on paper again and try to make your judgments from there. But you can tell that they know what they're doing, and they're trying their very best to get after it.
Okay. All right. So in 2 weeks, Friday the 12th, you play Haleyville.
Mm-hmm.
You actually host them here, and it'll be your second region game. Tell us what you expect to see from them.
So we were able to see Haleyville on film because they played West Point a couple weeks ago, and Bo Culver out there, I've known him for many years, and he does a fantastic job. You're going to see a team that's very disciplined,
right,
that is hungry, that plays football the right way, and they've got some big guys up front too that get after it. And so we expect them to come in here and with their mentality being that they're going to come over here and beat us.
Right. Now, they were beat handily by West Point a week or two ago, and then you beat West Point really badly as well. So in that situation, is it easier or harder to get up and get ready for an opponent that maybe you're supposed to beat?
Right. That's a great question. I've been on both sides. You know,
Right.
I've been the underdog and I've been the favorite. And so what we try to do here at Good Hope is prepare the same, regardless. And, you know, right now rankings have come out. It's so early in the season. We saw that with Alabama this past weekend. Rankings are just rankings.
Yes.
And expectations are just expectations. That's all they are. And so what you've got to do is, as a team, you've got to focus on yourself, number one.
You do.
You've got to get better at all the things during the week and during the film that you saw from the last game that you know we can improve upon.
Right.
And then you go out and play your very best game, and the score will determine itself at that point.
Okay.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Good deal. So tell us a little bit about a typical Friday. What does a game day look like for you guys?
So for us, I get up in the morning and send them some scripture at 7 a.m. I always like to send them a psalm. And, you know, we have a theme that we're going through each year as a team, and we have a little bit of Bible study that we do. So I want their mind automatically to be thinking that the Lord has it either way it goes.
Right.
We go through the school day. You know how that goes. I mean, I'm a teacher. I teach algebra, so you're giving tests, you're talking to kids, everybody's pumped about the game. You have pep rally at the end of the day, and so everybody's kind of excited there. And then we typically eat right there at about 3 o'clock after school.
Okay.
And get our pregame meal. And the local place over here calls them Raider taters. So we got a barbecue baked potato that our kids like. And at that point, we come back up here. The young kids are separated from the older kids just to avoid any kind of, you know, preparation type issues. And we tend to start getting ready about the kids go in and kind of relax and take a nap, listen to their music. About 5 o'clock, we get up and get to stirring, and people get taped.
Yep.
We get on the field about 5:50 for our first group out, and then at 6:20 to 6:25, we come off the field and do our last-minute checks before the game as far as special teams, offense, defense, everything, and then it's time for captains. So we try to get them fired up and ready to go.
That's awesome.
Yes,
Good deal. So that's our show, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Yes, sir.
And as always, we appreciate yours. Join us again in 2 weeks for another Good Hope edition of Coach Speak.